Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is. We're gonna create a tie down. Now we've got a couple Polaris razors out there, and they got these little plastic holes that are about 1 inch in diameter. And what I want to do is make a tie down to hold my cooler in there. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make threads with a nut and a bolt, and then we'll print the whole thing, and I'll show you right now.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can, and he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do. Oh, work it out.
So we're gonna go up here. We're gonna go ahead and start at the bottom. The first thing we're going to do is draw a 1 inch diameter. There's the start of our fitting. Now we're going to go ahead and extrude that right away. So we'll go ahead up here to solid, extrude it. We want to be 1.25 inches high, so 1.25, and there we go. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create another circle. But this time we're going to go down here and grab cylinder, because we want it to be a different piece on here. And I'm going to start right there. And we want this to be 1.5. And then we want it to be 1/4 inch high. And there it is right there. And we'll go ahead and hit OK. And so these are two separate things. The next we need to put a square up on the top. So we're going to go over here to, let's try the box. It's just easier to see from up here. So there's our center line. We want to be 4 over. And 1.25 away. So there's 4. And that should be it right there. Okay. Now, we want this to be 1 inch high. Okay, now if we rotate this around, there's our shape right there. Now what I want to do is, so I'm going to select this side and also this side, and we're going to create a radius on there. And we'll put 0.30, and there's the radius right there. Okay, the next thing we need to do, we're going to create a hole in here, and I want it to be in the center, so I'm going to move it right to the center, and it needs to be 0.50, and it looks like I already got it set down here at 0.50. We'll hit OK, and there's our hole. So you can see we're getting there pretty quick. Now, the next thing we're going to do, let's go ahead and we're going to go back up here to draw. We're going to be on the bottom down here. We're going to create our nut. So the nut's going to be 1 inch also. So it needs to fit on there. And the next thing we're going to do, we're going to create a polygon around it. And there's the nut shape right there. We don't want it too big, but we want it big enough where it's like a flange on the bottom of this thing. Okay, now we're going to extrude this 0.25, 1/4 inch thick basically, 0.25, and there's our nut. Okay, all right, we're almost done actually with this thing. So we'll move it up here so you can see it a little better. Now the first, we're going to go ahead and start our threads. So we highlight the base where our thread's going to be. We'll go up here to create. Go right down here to thread, and you'll see you can choose different threads, but I'm going to actually use this one that's already set up right here. It's a right hand. We're going to go up here and click modeled, and then hit OK, and there you can see the threads. Now we need to do the same thing on the inside of this bolt. So we'll create, and we'll go down to threads again and hit modeled again, and you can see it's a right hand thread, and now it says 3B. The other one said 3A. So if we hit OK, and there you can see we've got the, so we've got a hold down that can go through these plastic holes on the Polaris razor with a big nut on the bottom. Now we'll go ahead and go into Bamboo Studio. We'll start a new project. Okay, we basically brought this right into Bamboo Studio. We're going to fire up the printer. Now I'm going to make sure we want this thing to be black, so we're going to go ahead and color it. Select black. We'll select this fill, and we'll go start filling these things. Doesn't really take that long, but you got to make sure every single thing is selected. You can see you want to really double check everything that's all black. You don't want to see any green on here, because if you don't thoroughly paint it, you could end up you could be filling colors. Okay, that looks good. Now you can see we got a nut and bolt ready to go. So now we're going to go up here and see where it says slice plate. We'll go ahead and slice it. And so you can see it says here it has a floating cantilever. We're gonna go back to prepare, and we're going to go over here to supports, enable supports, but I'm going to switch it to the tree auto. So it's going to be tree auto, and then we're going to go ahead, make sure all these are selected, and hit slice plate. And you can see right there it made some supports for that cantilever, and that's what it looks like right there. Okay, we're going to go over here to print job. We're going to be using black, and we'll select our printer and send it to the printer. Okay, I'll see you over there. Right here you can see the time lapse of the Bamboo X1 Carbon printing this hold down, and you can see it's doing it all in black, so it doesn't have to change colors or anything. It does the nut, it does both of them at the same time, and here it's going up, finishing the top of it. You can see the little tree supports that are holding it there. And yeah, it takes about 3 hours to print this, but it did a really good job actually, and it turned out really well. There it finished. Here you can see the little plastic, it's all finished, and there's the nut on the bottom, and the nut and screw actually worked really well. And here I'm going to go ahead and install it in this hole, and that's basically going to be a hold down to hold a cooler inside this razor. And there's a little close-up of the nut underneath. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.
There he goes, it's a working man. He's trying to make a living any way he can, and he'll break his back for $1 or $2. Oh, there ain't no shame in what he do.